video will show the fastest and easiest way of propagating moss. So first, do your research on what moss you have around and what you're going to want, and then just start collecting from outside. Remember, never pick too much, because then it might not regrow, and if you lose your moss, you're not going to be able to get it back anymore. So pick as much as you need and then take it inside. This video is all about how to propagate moss the fastest and easiest. Okay, so first, do your research on what moss you have around and if it's good for terrariums and such things. Then harvest the least amount you can. You don't want to damage the ecosystem outside. And then, yeah, get ready to take it inside to wash it. Okay, here's my moss. I've just washed it. And remember, you always want to wash it, because if you don't, you could invite some unwanted pests into your moss. Okay, so next thing you're going to want to do is start cutting it up. After cutting it, you're going to want to get some substrate or soil. In this video, I'll be using this moss, and I will actually be microwaving it, and you will see what that does in just a minute. Okay, I've now microwaved that moss, and now I need the container to propagate the moss in. This is the moss I microwaved, and microwaving it actually kills the moss. This moss is meant to just be some soil for this stuff to grow on. Killing it, makes it not grow in there with your other moss, so you only have one kind growing in there. And this is a pretty good substrate. Moss is good for growing other moss on. I'm using a small container, so just sort of pack it down in there. Okay, now that you have your crushed up moss, you're going to want to place that around in the other moss. Sort of spread it out as much as possible. You want to get it pretty much everywhere. Then pack it down pretty good. Okay, now just give it a pretty good spray with a spray bottle. And yeah, you want it as moist as possible without, saying it's wet. And then just cover it with a lid, because you want, condensation to rain down on it. And then put it under some sort of light, like a grow light works well. This is some other moss I've propagated. I believe this is star moss, and it's been in here for around a month, I'd say. And it's doing pretty well. You can see it's growing mostly. It'll fill in the gaps and get pretty tall soon. And then I can put this in my terrariums or use it to harvest even more. And you can see there's extra moss down there that I microwaved before this, and you can see it in the cracks here and here. Okay, we'll put the lid back on. You can see there's a lot of moisture in there, which is very good for the moss. Please subscribe, it really helps the channel out. Goodbye.